that. Anyway, without further ado, we'll get right into the news today. I have some not necessarily follow-up stories, but some stories that I think are somewhat related and kind of linked to what to the stories that we went over yesterday, and I'll show you how and why here in a second. But anyway, so I thought I read this one the other day. This one's a couple days old, but I've been kind of sitting on it because I didn't think it was urgent, but I did think it was kind of crazy. So the MVP, Bryce Harper, was booed in Philly in his first game, and so the Bryce Harper Phillies era has begun with Philadelphia and the Atlanta Braves wrapping up, blah, 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 blah. So Bryce Harper took the field in his new uniform for the first time. We asked 5 of our experts to predict how things would go during the $330 million man's inaugural session in Philadelphia. But at any rate, I think within his first 2 at-bats, he got booed. And I was just like, wow, dude. Like, are you serious? Like, that is rough. That is rough, dude. Philly fans are kind of crazy. I think this is a man's zipper, by the way, on this ad. I have nothing to do with that. That is just there. Yeah, that is just there. Now I'm curious. Okay, it's a Dockers commercial, I think. Anyhow, so I just thought it was crazy that they booed him right off the bat. I get that he's getting paid a lot, but seriously? Just nutty for me. But anyway, so I thought that was interesting. Now, this story, unfortunately, I'm going to have to kind of read it, and sorry about that. I'm going to have to kind of read it with this white film over it because they want me to manage cookies, and this is the Daily Star, and it has a lot of pop-up stuff. I didn't want to take a chance, so I'm just kind of leaving it for now. But anyway, world's biggest brothel offers digisexual therapy to cure sex robot addiction. So anyway, like, these sex robots is something we've talked about in the channel before. But so sex robots have risen in popularity since the first cyborg was unveiled back in 2017. Since then, we've witnessed a number of sex robot brothels opening around the world and even the first kinky cyborg to join Tinder. Now, in response to the increasing demand, a sex worker has opened up about her therapy sessions, which could cure the addiction. Revealing exclusively to Daily Star Online, so-and-so is a sex worker from Sherry's Ranch, believes the increasing curiosity surrounding sex robots, virtual reality sex, and other sex tech is causing an inordinate number of people to identify as digisexual. So anyway, so what she is offering these like therapy sessions to kind of get people to like get away from digisexual activity. And so I don't know. I don't know if it's not healthy. I don't know if it is healthy. I don't know what to say about this. I just know that I think this is something that is going to become very prevalent and in the future. And so, I thought it was interesting. But anyway, I can't read the whole article. There's like Daily Star has pictures of girls in thongs and stuff. So I can't scroll down any further. So I apologize, but I did think this was interesting. It is something that kind of pops up on my radar every once in a while. Sherry's Ranch sounds like a legit therapist. I wonder, what kind of riding they do in that ranch. Jaeger, what's up, Jaeger? Army turns to video gamers for new recruits. Last year, the Army. This is actually interesting. Because, we know that America's Army was a thing, but this is actually kind of the next step, right? So, this was reported on CBS News, by the way. Last year, the Army missed its recruiting goal for the first time since 2005, a fact blamed on a strong economy and the slow collapse of traditional recruiting like cold calls. Now, Uncle Sam has a new strategy going not just online, but into video games. So I'm going to skip over this. This is kind of just fluff. But so this is what's important to us. But to help the mission, the Army is putting together the first all-Army esports team. More than 7,000 active duty soldiers are now competing for just 30 full-time positions by playing games. Wow, I just spit across the room and hit the monitor, dude. Sorry about that. More than 7,000 active duty soldiers are now competing for just 30 full time positions by playing games like Call of Duty, Fortnite, and League of Legends and hoping to compete in esports tournaments across the country. So, this is kind of crazy because I thought maybe they were just kind of like recruiting gamers in the sense that, like that they would go and like find, some guys or some kids that are, not active military. But no, they're like and like kind of like do like a NASCAR team, if you will, right? Like they would just like kind of like put ads or whatever for that team and make it like the Army esports team. But no, they're gonna legit have Army personnel that I guess this would be their MOS as long as there's not a conflict that they would need them in. I'm assuming. And they are going to be professional video gamers for the Army, on the Army team. And so it's really, this is interesting to me. Last year when we didn't make mission, we went down to the recruiters and say, okay, what can we do different? Muth recalled, and they said, sir, first we've got to get off the phones. Nobody picks up anymore. I mean, I understand that that's true. And so anyway, I thought this was interesting. I was surprised, to be frank with you. I was surprised with, this. And, but anyway, man, I mean, these 30 guys here and gals, are, going to be happy campers if they get on this, right? Because this is probably a good segue into a life after, post-military. An Army gaming team, what the F? Yeah, man, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, so I thought it was interesting. Borderlands 3 release date is leaked. I don't know if this was done intentionally. Sometimes these companies leak things. But it looks like the launch date is going to be September 13, 2019. So we're looking at a fall release date. And I know a lot of you have full-time as well. That's right, Jaeger. Yeah, crazy. Can you imagine you're sitting with a recruiter and they're like, and that might be the thing, right? That might be the ploy, right? Is like, hey, you want to be a gamer? Well, you play video games, man. You got a shot. If you're really good, you got a shot to be on our Army esports team, as your MOS, right? And then you can pick a backup job. But so that's interesting. I mean, there's only 30 though. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, yeah. So I know several of you were excited for Borderlands 3, and I don't know yet, Jay Dirks. I'm not sure. Potentially. But so anyway, so it does look like the release date was leaked. This is one of those things that might have been done intentionally. It could be a legit leak, or it could just be speculation. Recently we found with Cyberpunk 2077 that we don't really know. It wouldn't be an MOS. It would not be an MOS. Okay. So then what would it be considered though? Because it would be their job. Would be a temporary duty station. I don't know. It says here, to help the mission, the Army is putting together the first all-Army esports team. More than 7,000 active duty soldiers are now competing for just 30 full-time positions. That doesn't sound temporary, though. That's what they'd call it in the U.S. Marine Corps. Not sure about Army. Special duty assignment like every sports team. Oh, I see. So it'd be a special duty assignment. Gotcha. Okay. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I thought it was interesting. I thought this was temporary duty stations are full-time jobs done for a couple of years. I see. But and if there wasn't a conflict, then I mean, it's conceivable that you could serve your term, right? Outside of your normal MOS jobs. I see. Okay, now I got you. Okay, until war breaks out. Right, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. No, that makes sense. I wonder if they're going to take reserves into consideration, or if you you can't be a reserve. That would be interesting. This article doesn't state one way or the other. The Army says its esports team should be competing by the summer. The other branches are getting into gaming. The Air Force has sponsored gaming tournaments, and the Navy is engaging recruits with a new traveling simulator. I don't know what the hell that means. But apparently the Air Force and the Navy are getting involved. Look at that. Like, I was in infantry, but I had to take a temporary duty station for 2 years in another field, like recruiting, because that's what the Corps needed. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize this before, but yeah, look, it looks like Air Force and Navy are getting involved. Anyhow, so Borderlands is September 13th. Cyberpunk, you won't hit a game over in Cyberpunk 2077, no matter how badly you fail a mission. So at first I was like, uh-oh, are they doing the whole, like, you can never fail kind of thing? But no, it's actually interesting. I actually like the direction they're going. If you die, you will see. So Cyberpunk will not have a game over screen unless you die. So, okay, so I'm fine with that, right? So I was like, oh, okay, well, still maybe lame, but no. That means that no matter how badly you mess up, the game's going to keep going. Even if you fail a job or let somebody get killed, the idea is to let you approach Cyberpunk 2077 quests in any way you want, even if that means letting you get away with some pretty stupid stuff. So I kind of like this because I think what this says is that, similar to Witcher, there's no wrong decisions, right? There's just good, like, better or worse kind of decisions. So I actually kind of like that, right? It's like, well, you didn't fail. Like, the game's going to have a different path for you if you decide one way or another. So I actually, so here, actually, in a related interview, can be all completed in a number of ways depending on your character's class and abilities. So the outcomes in this game are likely to be much more complex than, say, The Witcher 3. So even more so than Witcher 3. So that's interesting. So this game continues to pique my curiosity. I'm actually very interested in this game. So I don't know. So we'll see how this kind of plays out. But anyway, so there's that. This story was supposed to be at the beginning. I'm sorry. I messed up on my order breakdown. This was supposed to be before Harper gets booed in Philly. But anyway, I thought this was interesting. I had never heard of this until recently. New York State budget congestion pricing coming to Manhattan. So New York State, anyway, it has recently passed something called congestion pricing. And what that means is if you are in Manhattan, drivers in cars will pay around $11.50 and truck drivers will pay about $25. Possible discounts for some being worked out. But essentially, if you drive your car in Manhattan, you're going to have to pay, if your personal vehicle would be $11.50, and if you drive a vehicle, you're going to have to pay $25, which I think means that if you have a cab, if you do Uber, etc., and you're in Manhattan, your fares are going to have to go up by $25 because, somebody's got to cover that cost, right? So I thought that was interesting. Shadow for Real, we're going to put that statement to the test in this channel. Can't fail a mission, we'll find a way. Yeah. But so anyway, so I thought this was interesting when I was looking, for fake news or whatever. And it did. I actually watched this press conference. I watched the whole press conference, and they're doing a whole bunch of stuff. And New York State is under a lot of pressure right now because of the federal tax law changes, and so they're trying to come up with ways to come up with more money, because a lot of people have been. I don't know if this has been overreported or what, or overblown, but New York has stated that they have a bit of a crisis because a lot of people have left the state due to the fact that for some individuals their effective tax rate is over 50, or it's about 53% when you take everything into consideration. So the state is trying to kind of come up with ways to make money. So anyway, but yeah, so this was supposed to be at the beginning. I apologize. And then I'm going to finish with this. I don't know if APC is still out there, but this was a clip from the channel a long time ago. And we were playing Sea of Thieves, which is a really fun game. It just kind of lacks content, if you will. But so I was playing with Suspense and Beast KO, and something had happened. We had gotten like marooned, and we were trying to get back to our ship, I think is what was happening here. But anyway, yeah.
They are about to get killed by sharks.
So I just want you to. I'm reading chat
here. We're too far. He's probably. They are about to get killed.
So at this point, you know, I was brand new to the game. I didn't even know what could happen. And chat says they're about to get eaten by sharks. But anyway, here you go.
They are about to get killed by sharks. I think we're too far. He's probably right. I swear, if a shark comes at me, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Oh my gosh, Ty! What? There's a great white shark right behind you. I'm not even lying to you, bro. He's swimming with me.
He like wanted Ty's booty
bro,
so
he's
bad.
Humongous. Oh my gosh.
I was so scared.
Did he kill you? They are about to get killed by sharks. Dude, I think we're too far. He's probably right. I swear, if a shark comes at me, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Oh my gosh, Ty! What? There's a great white shark right behind you. I'm not even lying to you, bro. He's swimming with me. Oh my gosh. Bro, he's humongous.
And if you listen to Ty,
I swear, if a shark.
Listen to Ty. Ty, I mean, you can. He is pretty far out, so I'm gonna crank up the volume. But he actually sounds really annoyed. He's like, "What?" Watch.
Shark comes at me, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Oh my gosh, Ty!
What? There's a great white shark right behind you. I'm not even lying to you, bro.
He was so frustrated at that point. He's like, "What?" And then there was a shark. You know what I'm saying? So it actually was a really funny thing that happened. You know, that timing couldn't have been scripted. I know, it was just perfect, dude. Hey, what's up, Dr. Durrell? How you doing? Shriek, how's your morning going? That's the woman what voice? Yeah, exactly. He says, I'm going back to the ship. Yeah, he just bailed out. And it was actually, you know, I mean, it was just such a cool thing to have happen, which like shows you what the potential is with a game like that. It's just a shame that they haven't been able to keep the pace like a Division 2 has. You know what I mean? Doing good, man. Just getting ready for the day. Got to get taxes. Oof. Yeah, man. We're in April. You're right. You're right, Dr. Durrell. Ugh. Talking about taxes. Ugh. What's up, Jinx? How are you? How's it going today? Anyway, all right. Well, that's going to be it for us on the fake news. April 2nd. I hope everybody enjoyed our selection of stories today, and I appreciate y'all tuning in every morning for that. Hopefully it's something that continues to be interesting for y'all.